What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing great, fit and staying safe during this period of time. As a follow on from last video, because you guys absolutely smashed the like button. I mean, we got about 20 likes in the end, which is like the biggest I've had on this channel. So in correspondence to that, we're making another video sort of leading on to how to build muscle during this period. So if you haven't already seen the last video, the lean bulk, the nutrition basics, make sure you go tap the card above. Also, during this video as well, there's a little tip on during protein and stuff like that. So if you haven't also seen the how to build your macros and what sort of protein you need, make sure you go click that video as well and watch that as well, because there's a lot of cool information which connects to this as well. So without further ado, let's jump right onto the video. Just before we get started, if you could do me two little quick things. If you hit the like button and subscribe, that would mean absolutely amazing a lot. If you like this style of content, then yeah, hit that like button, because it shows you that you like this and you want me to do more sort of videos like this, and I'm happy to do this. So, going on to today's video, how can you build muscle mass while staying in quarantine, like lockdown? So, in simple terms, yes, you can still build muscle. There is a specific way as you can do it. So I'm gonna give you 3 simple tips that you can do. So, tip number 1 is literally, like we were just saying before about watching that video of protein and macros. Make sure you get enough protein in your diet to be able to sustain your mass. So, make sure you're at least hitting 1 gram of protein per body weight in pounds. So if you weigh 180 pounds, make sure you get at least 180 grams of protein. Now, why is this? Because what happens is when your muscles do exercise or work, you have microfiber tears that are inside your muscles. As they tear and they break during exercise and damaging of work, you need protein synthesis to reattach those bands. Now what happens is what causes hypertrophy is when these bands break, so when your microfiber tears rip, the protein synthesis will regrow, so they repair the fiber tears and they expand, like duplicate. So that's what causes hypertrophy, and that's what causes the muscle to expand and grow. Obviously that over time takes a lot of time, because it's very time consuming of tearing the muscle. There's also got to be a recovery period of those muscles, and then protein has to be enough sufficient to be able to regrow the bands. If you don't have enough protein synthesis in your body, that recovery and that regrowth period will not happen, and it'll be prolonged because you haven't got enough protein in your diet. So ensure you have enough protein in your diet, and that will cause a lot more better to be able to keep muscle mass for a beginner. So if you are cutting down, for instance, make sure you have enough protein, because that will keep your muscle mass. If you don't have enough, you will start to probably lose your muscle mass over time. But yeah, as the same process, if you're bulking, you need enough protein in your diet to be able to regrow and recover those muscles, and that's what causes your hypertrophy. So, tip number 2 is simply time under tension. In other terms, is TUT. So, time under tension literally means as you're doing an exercise, performing that repetition under a lot of tension. So slow down the repetition. It's not a race. It's a marathon. In the long term, is what Steve Cook used to say. So it's literally the same incidence. Like, you have to slow down your repetition tempo and then build it back up slowly, because as you're going slowly with the muscle, you're creating more resistance on those muscles. That's working a lot harder and cause more damage than microfiber tears. That tension as well is going to cause a lot more blood to pump through into that muscle, and that's what will cause that overall pump in your legs or any body part that you're using. And also it contracts the muscle a lot better, aiming to hit the muscle group in a better contraction conversion. So by doing that, you hit a lot more microfiber tears, you cause more damage. Then combined with your protein, you cause more regrowth on that area. If you speed up that repetition, most likely it's not going to have enough time under tension, so you're not going to break down enough microfiber tears in your muscles. And also it's kind of like a speed rep, you're not really hitting it hard enough. So yeah. Oh, and my manager's ringing me, so 2 seconds. Okay, so where was we? So time under tension. So yeah, there's a lot of things you can do with time under tension. So like we're saying, it's muscle building with like under repetition, slow repetition, so like negative, so concentric, which is slowly down on the negative part of the exercise, and then slowly back up, which is concentric. So when you look at terms of like things like that, if you're at home, you haven't got enough weight and things like that, because obviously that comes into terms of RPE and things like that, then obviously that can be an issue. So what you can do is do like 1.5 times the rep. So for instance, if you do a squat, you do a full squat, come halfway up, so you do the half, back down, and fully repetition it up. So that's classed as 1.5 repetition. That will cause a lot of tension under your muscle because it's working under time a lot longer. It's also creating a force and a resistance which is a lot stronger, so which will create more overall calories burnt, which will also work your muscles in more theory of time under tension and things like that. So there's things like that which you can do with biceps as well. So you can do a full rep, half rep, full extension. That will cause a lot of tension and that will cause you more growth overall in a long period. When you're in this type of period with not enough weights, or if you've only got resistant bands and things like that. So that will help you a lot better in this instance. So tip number 3, and our final one of today, is literally just get enough calories in your body. So if you haven't gone and checked your macronutrients and things like that, yes, protein is your main source, but if you haven't got enough calories in your body to be able to grow, because you need to increase your weight to be able to grow muscle, but you need to do it at a slow bit. So if you haven't seen the lean bulk, which I said earlier at the start, make sure you go watch that because it will entail you a lot of details. I go full more in depth of how you can lean bulk and also how you can build muscle, but also not put on like so much fat, and you can render it down so it's very small, so you can stay nice and lean all year round, throughout the summer, throughout the winter, and you can be able to build muscle and stay in shape and be happy. So again, just get enough calories in your body. It's as simple as that. You've got to be in a calorie surplus, but only by slightly, so you don't add excess fat, just so you can build muscle, because if you just maintain, you will just maintain muscle mass and you won't actually increase. You might end up decreasing your body fat percentage a little bit, which is your body composition, but overall you need to be able to be in a surplus to be able to build muscle mass. So with that all being said, that is the end of today's video. I hope you enjoy. Make sure you go and hit that like button if you want to see more videos just like this on little tips and tutorials. If you haven't already, make sure you go down, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you all in another video. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a